Stupidity is not a measure of one's intelligence or ability to learn. It is the deliberate or careless neglect of wisdom when making decisions. It is the act of knowing better but choosing to act otherwise, driven by impulse, pride, or a refusal to acknowledge the truth. When someone repeatedly makes poor choices, despite having access to the knowledge or tools to do better, they embody what can be described as ignorance in action. The power of choice is one of the most profound gifts we have as human beings. Every day, we are presented with countless decisions, both big and small, that shape the direction of our lives. What makes choice so powerful is its ability to determine outcomes, not just for the moment, but for the future. Each choice we make carries consequences, some immediate, others unfolding over time, and together, they weave the fabric of our lives. Choice is the bridge between where you are now and where you could be. It is not dictated by circumstances, background, or external limitations. It is an internal ability that every person possesses. Even when options are limited, there is always the power to decide how to respond. This power to choose gives individuals ownership of their lives, allowing them to rise above challenges and redefine their reality. Many people underestimate their choices, treating them as insignificant. They assume that small decisions don't matter, but the truth is that the small, seemingly inconsequential choices often lay the foundation for larger successes or failures. Skipping one opportunity to learn may seem harmless, but over time, those missed chances compound into a lack of preparation for life's challenges. Conversely, choosing discipline in small areas can lead to extraordinary achievements. What sets apart those who thrive from those who stagnate is not luck or intelligence, but the consistency of their choices. The people who reach their goals, fulfill their potential, and make a difference in the world are those who choose to act with purpose, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. They understand that life doesn't just happen to them, they have the power to shape it through intentional decision-making. Choice also empowers transformation. No matter how many mistakes have been made in the past, a single decision can change the trajectory of a person's life. It is never too late to choose a new path, to take responsibility, or to begin again. The power of choice is a constant invitation to become better, wiser, and stronger, regardless of what has come before. Ignorance is one of the most destructive forces in a person's life because it often works silently, eroding opportunities and potential without immediate recognition. It is not just the absence of knowledge, but the refusal or neglect to seek it, understand it, or apply it. When someone chooses to remain unaware, they unknowingly become their own greatest obstacle, sabotaging their progress, goals, and relationships. At its core, ignorance blinds people to the consequences of their actions. It leads to decisions made without foresight, often based on assumptions, misinformation, or fleeting emotions. The result is a cycle of poor outcomes, confusion, and frustration. People blame external factors for their failures, not realizing that their lack of understanding and preparation is the root cause. By avoiding the effort to learn or improve, they unwittingly set themselves up for repeated failure. Ignorance is a silent thief of opportunity. Imagine a door to success wide open, but someone walks past it because they don't recognize its value. Opportunities require awareness to be seized, and ignorance clouds judgment, making what could have been life-changing appear irrelevant or intimidating. Whether it's failing to recognize a career opportunity, neglecting personal growth, or ignoring the warning signs of a deteriorating relationship, ignorance keeps people stuck in mediocrity. Even worse, ignorance often creates self-inflicted wounds. A lack of financial literacy can lead to debt and financial ruin. Ignorance about health can result in preventable diseases. Failing to learn about emotional intelligence can damage relationships. In all these cases, the damage is not caused by others, but by the individual's refusal to gain the knowledge necessary to make better decisions. Perhaps the most dangerous aspect of ignorance is that it perpetuates itself. The less a person knows, the less likely they are to seek knowledge, as they may not even recognize their own deficiencies. This creates a loop where ignorance feeds poor decisions and poor decisions reinforce ignorance. Breaking this cycle requires humility, a willingness to admit gaps in understanding, and the courage to take steps toward growth. By failing to address ignorance, people undermine their potential, leaving themselves vulnerable to avoidable hardships and missed opportunities. In essence, ignorance becomes a form of self-sabotage, a choice to stay blind to what could empower them to live a better life. Knowledge in its pure form is a collection of information, facts, and concepts. While it is essential and valuable, knowledge alone does not translate into power. It is only when knowledge is applied with purpose and intention that it becomes transformative. Many people mistake the accumulation of knowledge for progress, failing to recognize that its true value lies in how it is used to create change, solve problems, and improve lives. The world is full of people who know what to do but fail to act. They might know the principles of success, understand the habits of health, or have the skills needed to achieve greatness, yet they remain stuck because they never take the step to apply what they know. This disconnect between knowledge and action is the barrier that separates potential from achievement. Think of knowledge as a seed. A seed, no matter how potent, will not grow unless planted, watered, and nurtured. Similarly, knowledge that is not applied remains dormant. It doesn't matter how much someone knows about leadership if they are unwilling to lead. It doesn't matter how much someone understands about business if they never start one. Without action, knowledge becomes wasted potential, a resource left untapped. Applying knowledge requires courage and discipline. It often demands stepping out of comfort zones and taking risks. Knowing how to improve a situation is one thing, putting that knowledge into practice, especially in the face of uncertainty or resistance, is another. Action requires effort, persistence, and sometimes the willingness to fail and learn. Moreover, the application of knowledge creates a ripple effect. Once knowledge is put into action, it not only benefits the individual but also impacts those around them. A person who applies their understanding of compassion can heal relationships. Someone who uses their expertise in innovation can drive progress in their community. Knowledge in action inspires and uplifts, making it a powerful force for change. What distinguishes those who excel from those who stagnate is not how much they know, but how effectively they use what they know. Power comes from taking steps, however small, to translate knowledge into results. It's about turning insight into influence, intention into implementation, and ideas into impact. Without application, even the greatest knowledge is rendered inert, a silent resource waiting to be awakened. The consequences of stupidity are far-reaching and often devastating, not just for the individual but for those around them. Stupidity, characterized by the consistent refusal to make wise choices or to learn from mistakes, creates a ripple effect that impacts personal well-being, relationships, communities, and even future generations. Every foolish decision carries a cost, and that cost can compound over time, leading to outcomes that could have been easily avoided with better judgment. On a personal level, the consequences of stupidity are evident in missed opportunities and unnecessary hardships. Poor financial decisions, for example, can lead to debt and instability. Ignoring health advice can result in preventable illnesses. Neglecting education or skill development can hinder career progress and limit future potential. These outcomes are not caused by fate or bad luck, but by a failure to act wisely and responsibly when the opportunity was present. In relationships, stupidity can be even more destructive. Foolish words, reckless actions, or a lack of accountability can damage trust and create conflicts that are difficult to repair. When people choose selfishness over understanding or pride over humility, they often hurt the very people who care about them the most. Over time, this behavior erodes relationships, leaving behind loneliness and regret. The consequences extend beyond the individual to affect families, communities, and even societies. A parent's foolish decisions can burden their children with challenges they did not create, such as financial instability or emotional trauma. In communities, collective ignorance or recklessness can lead to societal problems such as crime, inequality, and environmental degradation. The ripple effect of stupidity is not confined to one person. It spreads, influencing others and shaping the environment in which everyone lives. On a larger scale, stupidity can have disastrous consequences in leadership, governance, and global issues. When leaders act without wisdom, the stakes are far higher. Poor decisions at this level can result in economic downturns, wars, or the failure to address critical challenges like climate change. The cost of stupidity in leadership is borne not only by the leaders themselves, but by entire populations. What makes the consequences of stupidity particularly tragic is that they are often preventable. Most foolish decisions stem from a refusal to seek knowledge, take responsibility, or learn from past mistakes. Instead of acting thoughtfully, people allow impulses, ego, or laziness to guide their actions, setting in motion a series of events that lead to suffering. Stupidity creates a cycle of destruction that continues until it is confronted and replaced by wisdom and intentionality. Self-awareness is the foundation for overcoming stupidity and unlocking personal growth. It is the ability to see oneself clearly, to recognize strengths and weaknesses, and to understand how one's thoughts, emotions, and actions affect both personal outcomes and the world around them. Without self-awareness, individuals are trapped in cycles of poor decision-making, unable to identify or address the behaviors that hold them back. Self-awareness is not just a tool, it is the key to breaking free from ignorance and foolishness. At its core, self-awareness begins with honesty. It requires individuals to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves, including the areas where they lack knowledge, discipline, or foresight. This is not an easy process, as it demands humility and the willingness to admit mistakes. Yet, without this level of honesty, growth is impossible. One cannot fix what they refuse to acknowledge, and without self-awareness, ignorance thrives unchecked. Self-awareness also enables people to identify patterns in their behavior. Many individuals repeatedly make the same mistakes because they fail to analyze their choices and the outcomes those choices produce. Self-awareness helps break these cycles by revealing the root causes of poor decisions. For example, someone who continually struggles with finances might realize that impulsive spending habits are the underlying issue. Once recognized, these habits can be addressed and corrected. Moreover, self-awareness fosters accountability. It shifts the focus away from blaming others or external circumstances and encourages individuals to take ownership of their lives. When people understand their role in creating their current situation, they gain the power to change it. Accountability is empowering. It transforms challenges from insurmountable obstacles into opportunities for growth and improvement. In addition to personal reflection, self-awareness involves seeking feedback from others. Often people are blind to certain aspects of their behavior that are obvious to those around them. Friends, family, and mentors can provide valuable insights, helping individuals see themselves more objectively. This external perspective is crucial for achieving a well-rounded understanding of oneself. Self-awareness also promotes emotional intelligence, which is essential for making sound decisions. By understanding their emotions and how those emotions influence their actions, individuals can respond to situations with clarity and purpose instead of reacting impulsively. This level of control and understanding is vital for avoiding the pitfalls of foolishness and acting with wisdom. Ultimately, self-awareness is a dynamic, ongoing process. It is not something one achieves and then moves on from. It requires consistent effort, reflection, and adaptation. As life changes, so do the challenges and opportunities for growth. Self-awareness ensures that individuals remain aligned with their goals, values, and potential, equipping them to navigate life's complexities with intelligence and grace. Living in denial is one of the most damaging behaviors a person can adopt. It is the refusal to face reality, to accept responsibility, or to confront uncomfortable truths. Denial acts as a shield, protecting individuals from the immediate discomfort of facing their flaws, mistakes, or challenges, but it comes at a steep cost. It prevents growth, perpetuates problems, and ultimately leads to greater pain and regret. To move forward in life, one must break free from the chains of denial and embrace the truth, no matter how difficult it may be. Denial often stems from fear of failure, judgment, or the unknown. People avoid acknowledging their mistakes because they worry about what others might think or how it might affect their self-image. They downplay their problems, convincing themselves that things aren't as bad as they seem or that time will fix everything. This mindset creates a false sense of security, but in reality, it delays the action needed to create real change. Another reason people live in denial is pride. Admitting a mistake or a weakness can feel like a blow to the ego, so instead of taking responsibility, individuals deflect blame onto others or external circumstances. They cling to the illusion that they are in control, even when their actions clearly show otherwise. This pride-driven denial not only isolates them from constructive feedback, but also deepens the consequences of their poor decisions. Denial also manifests as procrastination or avoidance. Rather than addressing an issue directly, people distract themselves with unimportant tasks, entertainment, or excuses. For instance, someone struggling with their health may avoid doctor visits, convincing themselves that their symptoms will disappear on their own. Someone in financial trouble might continue spending recklessly, believing they'll eventually catch up. These behaviors only allow problems to fester, turning small issues into significant crises. What makes denial so dangerous is its ability to disguise itself as optimism or resilience. People tell themselves they are staying positive or keeping strong, when in reality, they are avoiding the necessary steps to face the truth. This false positivity can be misleading, as it masks the underlying issues that need attention. True resilience comes from acknowledging challenges and tackling them head-on, not from pretending they don't exist. The longer one lives in denial, the harder it becomes to escape. Problems grow larger, consequences become more severe, and opportunities for resolution begin to fade. Denial creates a false narrative, one where individuals convince themselves they are powerless to change their situation. This mindset becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, trapping them in a cycle of stagnation and regret. Breaking free from denial requires courage and self-awareness. It demands a willingness to look inward, to confront fears and insecurities, and to accept that imperfection is a natural part of being human. Only by stepping out of denial and into the truth can a person begin the process of healing, growth, and transformation. Mistakes are an inevitable part of life, but their value lies in what we do with them. Every mistake carries a lesson, a chance to grow, and an opportunity to become better. However, for many, mistakes become repetitive cycles rather than stepping stones to progress. When individuals fail to learn from their errors, they doom themselves to relive the same consequences, wasting time, energy, and potential. True wisdom lies not in avoiding mistakes altogether, an impossible task, but in ensuring that each one leads to greater understanding and improvement. The first step in learning from mistakes is acknowledging them. Too often, people brush off their errors, blaming others or external circumstances instead of reflecting on their own actions. This avoidance prevents growth and guarantees that the same missteps will occur again. Owning a mistake is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of maturity and strength. It shows a willingness to confront reality and take responsibility for one's choices. Reflection is key to extracting lessons from mistakes. This involves looking beyond the surface of what went wrong to understand why it happened. Was it due to a lack of preparation, overconfidence, poor judgment, or impulsivity? Identifying the root cause allows for meaningful change, ensuring that the same triggers do not lead to repeated errors. Reflection requires honesty and self-awareness, as well as the humility to admit where improvement is needed. Mistakes should also be viewed as opportunities for growth rather than sources of shame. They reveal areas where skills, knowledge, or habits can be developed. For example, a failed business venture might highlight the need for better financial management or stronger communication skills. With conflict with a loved one might show the importance of listening or empathy. By treating mistakes as teachers, individuals. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on the person you become. They influence your thoughts, your decisions, and even your perception of what is possible. When you choose to surround yourself with wisdom individuals who inspire, challenge, and guide you toward growth, you position yourself to make better choices and achieve greater success. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with negativity, ignorance, or complacency can pull you away from your goals and diminish your potential. Wise individuals act as mirrors, reflecting truths about yourself that you may not see on your own. They provide valuable perspectives born from their own experiences and insights that help you navigate life's complexities. Whether it's a mentor offering advice, a friend sharing a different perspective, or a role model demonstrating excellence, the presence of wisdom in your life is like having a compass that keeps you aligned with your purpose. Surrounding yourself with wisdom also protects you from unnecessary pitfalls. Wise people have often walked the paths you are treading, and they can help you avoid common mistakes by sharing their lessons learned. Their guidance can save you time, effort, and pain, allowing you to focus on building a strong foundation for success. Their presence reminds you that you don't have to learn everything the hard way, you can benefit from the experiences of others. In addition, being in the company of wise individuals elevates your own thinking. Wisdom is contagious. When you engage with people who think deeply, act intentionally, and live purposefully, their mindset begins to influence yours. And their habits of discipline, curiosity, and integrity can inspire you to adopt similar traits. This positive influence helps you raise your standards and pushes you to be your best self. However, surrounding yourself with wisdom requires intentionality. It's easy to drift into relationships that feel comfortable, but don't contribute to your growth. This is why it's crucial to evaluate the people in your circle and ask whether they add value to your life. Are they pushing you to grow? Or are they holding you back? Are they building you up? Or are they pulling you down? Recognizing the difference between supportive and toxic influences is essential for cultivating an environment of wisdom. Furthermore, wisdom is not just about intelligence or expertise, it is also about character. Surrounding yourself with people who embody humility, kindness, and resilience teaches you how to navigate life with grace. Their actions serve as a living example of how to respond to challenges, treat others with respect, and maintain a sense of purpose even in difficult times. Finally, surrounding yourself with wisdom isn't just about what you gain, it's about what you give. As you learn and grow, you have the opportunity to contribute to the lives of others, creating a cycle of shared wisdom. By seeking out wise individuals and striving to become one yourself, you create an environment where everyone benefits and thrives. Leaving a legacy of wisdom is one of the most profound contributions you can make to the world. Wisdom, unlike wealth or material possessions, has an enduring impact that transcends generations. It shapes minds, guides actions, and creates ripples of positive influence long after you are gone. To leave a legacy of wisdom is to invest in the lives of others by sharing your experiences, lessons, and values, ensuring that the knowledge you've gained benefits not only the present but also the future. The legacy of wisdom begins with intentional living. Wisdom is not just about what you know, but about how you apply it. Your actions, decisions, and the example you set become the most powerful tools for teaching others. Whether it's demonstrating integrity in challenging situations, showing kindness to those in need, or persevering through adversity, your life becomes a blueprint for those who look up to you. By living wisely, you inspire others to do the same. Sharing your lessons openly is another essential part of leaving a legacy of wisdom. Many people carry valuable insights but fail to pass them on, either out of modesty or a belief that others won't benefit. Yet, your experiences, both successes and failures, can be transformative for someone else. Sharing the lessons you've learned, the mistakes you've made, and the principles that guide you provides others with tools to navigate their own journeys. Leaving a legacy of wisdom also means empowering others to think critically and make informed decisions. It's not about dictating what others should do, but equipping them with the mindset to seek truth, ask questions, and act with purpose. Encouraging curiosity, fostering a love for learning, and challenging people to step out of their comfort zones are ways to cultivate wisdom in those around you. Relationships play a vital role in your legacy. The wisdom you pass on is most impactful when it is rooted in connection and genuine care. Whether it's mentoring a colleague, teaching your children, or inspiring your community, the personal bonds you create amplify the reach of your influence. Wisdom shared in the context of trust and respect becomes more than advice, it becomes a meaningful inheritance. Furthermore, a legacy of wisdom is not limited to words and actions. It can also be preserved through the things you create. Books, art, businesses, charitable initiatives, or systems of thought you leave behind can serve as lasting sources of guidance and inspiration. These creations embody your values and principles, ensuring that your wisdom continues to touch lives even after you are no longer here. Lastly, leaving a legacy of wisdom is about humility and the recognition that no one person holds all the answers. Part of your legacy is fostering a culture where others are encouraged to contribute their own insights and perspectives. By valuing collaboration, diversity of thought, and collective growth, you ensure that the legacy of wisdom is not only personal but also communal, building a foundation for ongoing progress and enlightenment. In conclusion, the path to living wisely and leaving a lasting legacy requires self-awareness, a commitment to growth, and the courage to confront the uncomfortable truths of our own actions. Stupidity is not an inherent trait, but a choice that can be overcome through the application of knowledge, reflection on our mistakes, and the intentional decision to surround ourselves with wisdom. Each day presents an opportunity to act with purpose, to learn from the past, and to shape a future that is defined by wisdom, not ignorance. When we take full responsibility for our choices, embrace the lessons life offers, and share our wisdom with others, we not only elevate ourselves but also contribute to the collective growth of those around us. Let us stop living in denial, stop repeating the same mistakes, and commit to living with intention, knowing that the legacy we leave behind is the most powerful gift we can give to future generations. Let wisdom guide us, for it is through wisdom that we truly transform our lives and the world around us.